Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again today, you're very, very welcome. I trust you enjoyed my last video on American music treasure John Hiatt through his song Have a Little Faith in Me. We looked at trust and faith and believing in the person. So I trust you found that one encouraging in relationships. We're going from there to 2005 to Kevin, Joe and Nick, brothers, raised in New Jersey. And these guys would absolutely have a massive career over the next, 10, 15 years. In fact, these guys are still going. We're talking about the Jonas brothers. They were raised in New Jersey and they did move around New Jersey a little bit. And it was in 2004 that these guys released a song, Please Be Mine. At the age of, in the late teenagers, we're singing a song about Please Be Mine. We've got a very, very early clip of the three boys here singing this song. It doesn't go for that long, but you know, it's very, very cool to see a younger version of these three. We've also got a live version moving forward to 2019, and it's very, very raw performance as well, actually. One thing I think I love about the Jonas brothers, first of all, they've got some really pretty good voices. Songwriting, these guys are pretty up there as well. And there's obviously charm and charisma and all the rest of it, but these guys are the real deal. And I think one of the things we can love about the real deal is that they tend to get noticed and tend to have a bit of success. And certainly some people like Disney and a few others have come on board and supported these guys big time. Well, the boss of Columbia Records said, hang on a minute, I'm going to sign you guys up because you know what, you guys have just got something we've been looking for. And it was around that time that they did tour with some pretty amazing people, including Kelly Clarkson and the Backstreet Boys and a few others. Their debut album, It's About Time, was released in 2006. And here we've got, and you can already see there's something quite almost a little bit mature about these guys, even early on in their career. They really do have this all-round performing presence to them. They also give audiences a really good time. And so to see them doing, I suppose, a studio version of Mandy, which came off that album, is pretty cool. Pretty good. 2007, they released a self-titled album. The Jonas Brothers is pretty good to actually get your own name just on an album at some point. Disney was getting really interested in these guys too, and around that time, Hannah Montana was absolutely massive, and I have very fond memories of Hannah Montana. Of course, it's where Miley Cyrus got her start, Billy Ray Cyrus as well. I remember the Hannah Montana movie. Hannah Montana was a massive hit with my three girls when we were growing up. So thanks, Miley, for bringing joy into our into our lounge room on Saturday mornings. But the Jonas Brothers also got a bit of a feature on a couple of episodes of Hannah Montana. And here we've got a live version of We Got the Party. This is the Best of Both Worlds tour that Hannah Montana went on, which I've got her and the Jonas Brothers together. 2008, out came the album A Little Bit Longer, and there's something about that album. We've got It's About Time, A Little Bit Longer. There's a bit of thoughtfulness happening in these album titles. I'm thinking we've got a live version of Burning Up. Around that time also, Disney were thinking, hey, you know, this other girl, Demi Lovato, who we discovered too, we want to get all of these guys into a movie. And so Camp Rock got released in 2008. Another movie and the follow-up movie, actually, very fond memories in my mind. We've got the Jonas Brothers singing Play My Music. Camp Rock was all about a camp where you went to learn music, and it was always the concert at the end. But Demi Lovato's character was all about, Demi was in the kitchen, but wanted to do more than that, and it's all about that story. And the Jonas Brothers and the key part they play in that particular story. So we got the three of them in the movie doing Play My Music. And then ultimately the climax of the song is This Is Me, where Demi Lovato's character actually gets on stage and says, I don't care, I'm just going to go for it. And it was Nick Jonas that thought, hang on a minute, actually I think it was Joe, hang on a minute, this is the sound I have been looking for. And so he joins her on stage, with an absolutely incredible self-realization, I want to go for it type of song. Absolutely awesome song. One thing we can say about Disney is they do come up with some really, really good songs. This one is no exception. This Is Me is an absolutely, well, a Disney classic, absolutely. I thought there's a really cute clip from Camp Rock 2. We've got Nick Jonas just introducing himself to a girl, just with all these quirky little things about him. I just had to put that one in there because it's a really, really cute clip. Really, really good presence on screen, and just really, really good to show that one. 2008, they were nominated for Best New Artist for the Grammy Awards, and in 2009 they embarked on their own Disney series, Jonas. So these guys are absolutely on the crest of a wave. They were filming series, not just an episode, but series. They were writing music, they were recording music, they were touring, they were doing all this sort of stuff. So things were pretty full on for these guys. And I reckon 2009, the album Lines, Vines and Trying Times certainly came out. And there's something quite, I think, again, thought-provoking about that album title. We need to like lines, we've got to have vines, but things are a bit of a challenge for us because we're just so blinking popular. Everywhere we go, we get noticed and we just can't be ourselves. So the song Paranoid came out. We got the official clip on that one. And I love this particular song in many, many ways because it captures the complexity of what it means to be a human being. We have our working life, we have our loving life, we have our parent life, we have our friend's life, we have just being aware of what is around us life. There are so many aspects to us that there are all these different, in a sense, faces or hats that we wear to deal with the complexity of all the things that are required for us for living. And I think Paranoid really just captured, I think, from my way of thinking, how the Jonas Brothers were feeling at this point. It was all getting a little bit much. But putting all those faces and hats beside us for a second, where's the real version? I don't know about you. Sometimes we get so involved in things, and you might be with clients and doing what you do, and then when you're with the client, you're being positive and you're being a good role model and all the sort of things that you need to do. But meanwhile, our other version is observing, looking, think, wow, how did I even get here? Hope I'm doing okay. I hope I'm going all right. I hope I'm not going to muck this up. There's all these kind of thoughts that go through our mind, and our brains must feel close to exploding at times. I think, I don't really know how to do all this thing. And we long for stillness. And I think stillness is so important in this world that we need to be able to stop. And for the real version of us to reflect on all the other things that are happening. Because otherwise, we lose touch with ourselves and we think our doing version is our real version. Well, it's not. It's when we're on our own, in our room, contemplating that's where the real version is. And I think to be able to reflect on how the real version is going with everything is pretty good. I don't know how you do that. You might pray, walk down the beach, whatever you do, just to be able to reflect on how you are going as a person. You think about a relationship as an example. If you're right in the middle of a relationship right now, how's your interaction with that relationship going? How's your interaction with love going? Are you loving? Are you working out what this thing called love is? Because your partner deserves nothing less than a loving partner. So Paranoid, I think, can be a bit of a take on this fast-paced world we're in. Add on to that, I think our social media presence, we tend to put our best foot forward with that. We like to have the best photo, we like to have the best images, all that sort of thing. I myself, I try to be a bit real if I can, but there's always a little bit of upness you put in these things. But I think, we try to be ourselves in these things. So there's a lot of catching up to do, I believe, with what we are doing compared to what our real self is experiencing. And I think Paranoid is a bit of an opportunity for us to reflect, I think, on how we are going ourselves. So Paranoid, official clip of that one. I think things were starting to tell. In 2011, the guys announced a hiatus, and they had between 2011 and 2013, these guys had a bit of a break, and I think they were just really needing to have a break at this point. But in 2013, out came the album First Time. Actually, the album was called 5 or V, the song of that one, First Time. So they tried to get back together, but things is actually, it's a live version, a beautiful acoustic version actually of that one. They weren't really quite ready, because in 2013 they announced that they were going to break up. But as with most things, bands never really split up, do they? And in 2019, out came the album Happiness Begin, and we got the official clip of Sucker. So pretty cool song, and good to see those guys come back after 6 years and just discovering themselves, because you remember they were only in their teenage years when these got together. So, you know, a lot of the teenage child was taken up with this thing called the Jonas Brothers and needed to breathe. I think paranoia was one of those things they were trying to deal with, I'm thinking. 2023, these guys were awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And then also in that year, it was just called The Album, and we got a TV clip of Waffle House. It's all about how we talk to each other. Between 2006 and 2023, there's been 6 studio albums. A lot of them, a lot of them have been in the top 10, 5 of them actually. 3 live albums, 3 soundtracks, 2 camp rock albums, a bit of Hannah Montana in there too, I'm thinking. 1 compilation album, 30 singles. They've sold about 5.2 million albums, so absolutely contributed to this legacy of this thing called music. There have been many, I suppose, supporters behind the Jonas Brothers, 2 American Music Awards and 17 Teen Choice Awards, as you'd expect, and 2 Grammy nominations. So it's good to be able to reflect on these teen idols that have got a little bit more substance and maturity to them, which is pretty great. So it's always good to focus and to give these guys a bit of a go. So the links to those 11 clips are in the description below. And I've also included my last video from Hiatt, so if you want to recap on him, well, feel free. Well, if this is your first time to Live Reflections in Music, or you come back for another one, how great to see everybody here. Well, I was going to go on to Judy Garland next time, you know, Hiatt, Jonas Brothers, Judy Garland, but I thought, well, what are we going to focus on with her? Well, we're going to focus on The Wizard of Oz, aren't we? So I'm going to look at The Wizard of Oz next time, the iconic movie from over 50 years ago now, and of course Wicked was the precursor to that story, but we're going to look at The Wizard of Oz next time. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.